for African tour operators. Sorry?
Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. I would love to join one of these fam trips.
Yeah.
Still struggling here. It's just the beginning for us as well here. So hopefully I will get some clients for the later this year.
Yeah, we'll see what people can organize. I think as we have discussed, let's not preempt let's not preempt the agenda, because it's part of the agenda today. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, so yeah, let's see how we go on with that.
Okay, wonderful. That's wonderful. It's so good to hear a voice again, Lena. That's great.
I think also we can just give a bit of time to other people maybe to join the meeting.
Yeah, let's remind them on the group. Good morning, Precious. How are you? So how does 2023 look for you, Manny?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. Yeah. What was your question, Lena? Sorry.
My question was, how does 2023 look for you? Is it looking busy?
Just for October, for myself, because as a guide, not as a tour operator. I want to be more of a tour operator than a guide.
Okay.
So for me, as a tour operator, as a tour company, it doesn't look that busy. So that's what I'm trying to push here with the Africa team. That I would love to push Africa for the whole to 2023, really. So I want 2023 for the African people.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Yeah, we should be able to do that. I think this should be.
So I really look forward to it. I'm here to help.
Yeah.
In many ways.
So. So let's just give it maybe until 11:20, 11:30, then we see. Others we just
let's
continue.
Just give it a few minutes and then we'll see.
Yeah.
But Manny, how's Madagascar?
Oh, it's warm here now.
It's warm.
It's beautiful. It's the weather is fantastic right now. It's the end of September is the perfect time of year to come. It's 1st of October, not the end of October, September. So the best month of the year. It's warm. it's dry. You know, it's just perfect. It can be a bit dusty somewhere, you know, on the way to the avenue of the Baobab or to the Chingy, or some people are going there now with the fam trip. It's just absolutely amazing. Now the fam trip is divided into 9 destinations for 1 week. So the company that was selected for who chose to be, because I sent those documents to you, you know, like there are several choices, 9 choices. So they're staying in one place for 1 week. They don't go around. They don't go around the country. They stay in one particular place for 1 week. And some have asked to go somewhere else, you know, after the fam trip. So that's what I'm trying to organize here for those 2 companies. One from Japan and one from the US, actually, from Nairobi. They have an office in Nairobi. So I do hope that things will be better very soon.
Yeah, so it's all right. Ja, nee, ik zal bewegen. Ik beweeg. Oké. Ik zal hier weer zien. Geen even met militair.
Joseph, mute yourself. Good morning, Mrs. Farida. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. It's a long time since we spoke.
Yes, long time.
Yes.
Everybody's busy.
Are you in Lagos
I'm
or
in Lagos at the
Abuja?
moment.
Okay.
Michael reached out to you.
Good. So how is this?
Yes, we're looking at Christmas, doing something over Christmas.
Yes. Did you see it?
Yes, I did. And we're trying to work on it now so we can start promoting it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if there's anything we can do, or if there's anything, you know, I always say, let's look at budgets. Maybe we can take a lower category hotel, or maybe reduce some of the activities, and then, you know, give them as options.
To reduce the cost, yeah, that's true.
So yeah. So if you know the budget that you want to work with, we can definitely talk about it later. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was looking at coming to.
Sorry?
I said I was looking at coming to Tanzania in this month, in October, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, that'd be nice. October, November would be nicer because it will be lower season.
Okay.
So rates will be slightly lower.
Okay.
And then we can make an itinerary. I was just telling Joseph earlier, I think even Manny, you didn't hear this, but I am in touch with a chain of hotel that has hotels in Zanzibar and put in a farm for next year. November next year. And once we have details, then I start promoting you know, for African tour operators. Yeah.
Okay. That'll be yes. Promote Africa to Africans.
Absolutely. Until 11:30, and then we can introduce. The whole idea was about getting to know each other, what you're doing, we faced a lot of challenges. So how do we bounce from that? How do we promote each other? How do we, create a network? And I must say that since we started Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance, I have had an opportunity and the privilege actually to have networked with a lot of you, Mama Farida and Michael and quite a number of people from West Africa, especially, and we're trying, and we should not give up. The first step is always difficult.
No.
Yeah, we should not give up. And so this is the reason behind this, that we first of all come in as the industry stakeholders, find a united cause, which we have, and that is promoting intra-Africa tourism together. Yeah. And then also support each other. I remember during the pandemic, I spoke to a number of people and myself as well. And I found that I had a lot of support system, and I also a support system for people who call me and just talk, because sometimes you feel that, or we all felt that I was going through the same problem on my own, or I'm going through this on my own. But then somebody calls me out of West Africa, and somebody calls me from South Africa. Oh, like, I'm going through this. We realize, we are all going through the same together, yeah. But it's just that we didn't know. Okay.
Each other, of each other.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's nice always to know you feel better when you realize and you share, your problems, and then also when you have problems, you have somebody else helping you to solve the problems.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or giving you ideas on how to approach any challenges you might be facing.
Yeah.
We're pushing West Africa now. We're working on West Africa. I hope you see what we're doing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And Michael is an amazingly good ambassador. He's on fire on social media. Ooh, that man.
Yes, I know. He's very good.
He should be made the minister of local tourism. He is on fire. He is truly on fire. Yeah. He's really, I mean, I was in Nigeria many years ago. I do hope I can come back. And he's showing things, you never think, you never associate with Nigeria, I was telling him the other day, we were talking. He's doing an amazingly good job, because, with the mainstream media, we read everything from CNN and British, the British newspapers and the European newspapers. And the agenda is not to show the beautiful Nigeria at all, or Africa in any respect.
You know what? What another thing that prompted me to start learning how to use social media to do this work is because when you go online and you're looking for stuff on Nigeria, you can't find anything. And there is so much in Nigeria. It is incredible. I mean, I don't think there's so much anywhere else in the world like there is in Nigeria, but nobody is promoting it. Nobody is, showing it off. And they don't, even the Nigerians themselves don't know what they have.
Yeah.
Just put it that way.
I do follow Michael a lot, and I read all his WhatsApp blogs. Yeah. I mean, LinkedIn blogs. I mean, I hear that all the Nigerians on his page saying that, I never knew we had so much, or I never knew that Nigeria had, this,
We have so much.
Yeah.
We have too much. Too much. And that's what took me into tourism, to be honest with you. I started this journey because I travel a lot, and we used to go for conferences. My husband is a consulting engineer, and we go for these FIDIC conferences in all parts of the world. And that's what they do. They have so many member countries, and what they do is they pick a country that will host every year. A different country hosts each year. And what they do is they also make it their annual holiday, meaning the families or partners or whatever come along with the delegates and they create a separate itinerary for those people. So at the end of the day, we spend dollars and they package it nicely. But when I get there, in my mind, I say, there's nothing here. It's all packaging. We have so much more than this back home. And not only that, not even in the country, just one state. If you go to one state in Nigeria, there's so much there. It's loaded. Too much. So, and I said, we need to go back home and start learning how to package all this. It needs proper packaging. And, you know, unfortunately, because we need the government and so many things also to help, you know, with the infrastructure, the roads and all that. Private sector can't do it. It has to be a joint effort. But it's nice. Let us start promoting and projecting all these beautiful places so people know they exist. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you, and I totally concur with you because, you know, as the African adage says, you cannot put out your neighbor's fire when your house is on fire, or you can't build your neighbor's house when you don't have a house. So
Yeah.
unless for the tourism in Africa to develop, we are responsible for that.
Yes.
We have for a very long time been, you know, we have been relying on other people. I don't know about West Africa, but when you look at East African, especially, most of the establishments are foreign owned. You know, the big companies are foreign owned. You know, so unless we want to take and sit on the driver's seat, we should not only say that things are not happening, but we should all take that step you have taken and said, look, I went and I thought I could do this better at home, right? We have a lot to offer at home. Why are we not doing it? And again, as I said, Michael is an amazing ambassador for Nigeria. I have not seen someone putting so much on West Africa like he does. Yeah. So, you know, and you find, as I said, he has a huge following. And I find the comments that people say within Nigeria and out of Nigeria just shows how much information is lacking.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, so let's not preempt the meeting. We've got a few people, we've got money. It would be nice if I don't know if we can all, for a moment, just play our videos so we can see each other. And then we can do some introductions, who we are, where we are, and then we can take up the meeting from there. So are we all able to switch on let's do this. When you introduce yourself, then you can switch on your video, then we can all see you. Hello, is everybody there? Okay, Mrs. Farida, alphabetically, so you can start. Introduce yourself, where you are.
I'm trying to get. Oh, 1 second. Oh. Yes, let me get it. Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Farida. I'm the CEO of Angel Star World Travels and Tours, a travel and tour company based in Lagos. And we specialize in, or we have a special focus on tours within Nigeria and Africa. Although we also do tours globally, but we like to specially focus on domestic tourism. I'm a partner in the Destination West Africa project with a few other partners, Walk for Love Africa, Goge Africa, and we're trying to spotlight West Africa as a must-visit destination. And I'm happy to be on this platform.
Thank you, Farida. Thank you very much. Next is Joseph. Joseph, are you with us? Okay, he's off for a while. Okay, then we have Manny.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, for Madagascar, Africa's biggest island. It's been a while
Okay.
since we last met on Zoom, and I'm so excited to be back and to be welcomed back. I look forward to interacting and showing you the best that Madagascar has to offer. So a little bit about me. I am then the CEO, founder of Madagascar Endemics and Resort, a tour company based in Antananarivo, which is the capital city of Madagascar. So I'm located right in the middle of the country, where the international airport is located. So when you fly to Madagascar, you will be flying right into the heart of the country, of the great island. So we major in wildlife tours and higher end tours, beach holidays, and obviously culture tours are included in both packages. So currently, the Madagascar government is organizing a fun trip. I wish that I organized it myself, or the YAFTA is organizing it himself, but I'm sure that very soon, thanks to Elena's help and assistance, we'll have a mixed tour here in Madagascar. And I hope that, that there will be more travelers, tourists from mainland Africa to Madagascar. So that's it about me. If you have any questions, feel free to.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Most
Mani.
welcome.
Great to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Okay, so next online will be Geraldine.
Oh,
Kindly
okay.
introduce yourself, where you're from, what you're doing. Yeah, we're gathering.
Hear everyone else and before I came in. All right, so my name is Geraldine. I'm based in Nigeria and I'm a tour operator based in Nigeria. So what we focus on mostly is mice and a little bit of leisure travels. So that's in a
Sorry,
nutshell.
Geraldine, can I interrupt you? Please, if possible, could you turn on your camera as you introduce yourself? We all want to see you. We all want to see each other.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I can't do that immediately. Maybe sometime
Okay.
during the call I will.
All right, okay.
Okay.
So please,
Okay.
anybody else following, kindly get yourself ready. I know it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
If you can, so that we can just, we put the name, the voice to the face.
Okay. Before
Yeah.
the call ends, I'll turn on my camera so they are perfect.
All right.
Okay then. So like I was saying, I'm Nigeria based and my company name is called Novarosta Travels. We're a mice and travel company. So that's in a nutshell is what we do. I don't know if there's anything else I've missed. I was hoping to hear from others so I can take a cue, but I just joined in, so I'm not sure if I'm following the right pattern.
No, it's just your self-introduction. So what you'd like us to know about you so that it makes it easier for the group to, to connect with you. But that is good. In my opinion, I liked what I heard. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome, Geraldine.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay. Joseph, are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, it's your turn to introduce yourself.
Okay. Yes,
Hello?
my name is Joseph Kofi, and I'm from Namibia. I'm a tour and safari facilitator, and we are specialized mostly on Namibia and mostly on short tours and long tours as well around the country. And at the same time, we partner up with the partners within Africa. And our belief is that Intra Africa is a solution towards youth tourism. So in short, that is me.
Okay.
Lena, if I just ask, when somebody is speaking, you just mute yourself.
Okay. Who else after Joseph is Max? Oh, Max is gone. Precious, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My name is Paul Precious, and it seems like I'm representing southern of Africa because I'm in Botswana. I'm the manager for a company called African Bush Lovers, and we specialize in safari tours. We also trying to tap into the African market. We currently do mobile camping. We have tented accommodation in one of the major tourism districts in Botswana, which is Maun. And we also offer a lot of activities around the area, looking at the wildlife offering and the vibrance of the place. Yes, that's about it from me.
Okay, let's see who else who is here. Okay, Shay is not yet ready. She will introduce herself a bit later. So I think it's my turn to introduce myself. And yeah, so my name's Lena Lemomo. I'm based in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I am the founder of Safari Travels in Dar es Salaam. And we also own a small camp in Selous, which formerly Selous, it's now called Nyerere National Park. We specialize in what I call multi-destination. I believe that when people come out here, you can travel and see multi destinations on multiple countries. So we kind of combine Tanzania with Mozambique, Tanzania with Malawi, Tanzania with Zambia, Tanzania with Zimbabwe, and sometimes Tanzania with South Africa. The reason I use these countries is because I've lived and worked in all these countries as a tour operator, so I know them at first hand. But other than that, again, during COVID, I founded this Intra Africa Tourism Alliance. And this came from my passion, having traveled to over 35 African countries, and also having realized that while we're doing all these Zoom meetings on how to reclaim tourism and how to survive, I didn't see a singular group that was focusing on African tour operators per se. We were only focusing on Africa as a destination for other markets, let's say from the West. So this is how this idea came in. So I got to talk to Joseph, I got to talk to someone called Oliver, also from Namibia, and they told me it's an amazing idea, let's go for it. And this is how Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance came in. So after this, we will have a formal introduction of Intra-Africa, what we intend to do and everything. So that is me in a nutshell. So we've been joined by Grace Mensa. Excuse me, I hope I have pronounced your name properly. Could you kindly introduce yourself? Grace, are you there? Okay. All right, I think she's not yet. So I think we will go straight to the agenda. And the first item on the agenda is the introduction of what is Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance. First of all, I'd like to thank you, all of you, for having joined Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance. Some of you joined from interception when we started August 2020, and some of you joined by virtue of being welcomed or invited by others. We have tried to have some meetings, but we were all in a difficult time. We were all trying to survive. We were all trying to build up businesses. And I think also at a certain moment, we all felt lost. And I can say that for myself. And I can say that for quite a number of people who we spoke over time. And I think this platform also did help us a little because we did connect and we were able to give each other, a shoulder to, to lean on, advise how to go, and just basically the moral and emotional support that many of us needed at that time. And trust me, many of us needed that. So if I can, let me just quickly go through one moment, just a brief introduction of Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance. Sorry, my laptop is not working. Can you all hear me? Yes. Okay.
We can hear you.
So you can hear me. Okay. One moment, my laptop is just misbehaving. So what Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance is a professional non-profit organization dedicated to promote intra-Africa tourism amongst its members, affiliate associations, so other associations that want to work with us, that have the same school of thought, with the aim of increasing the volume of Africans traveling within the continent from Africa and the diaspora. Whenever we think of Africans, and we always have to think of the sixth part of Africa, which is the diaspora. We have a big, huge number of diaspora who live out of Africa, who would love to come back. And we'll come back to that as we discuss how we can bring it in. Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance shall not engage in any political, religious, or racial activities. Yeah. The main objective of Intra-Africa Tourism is to establish a professional relationship with African organizations in Africa or in the diaspora to engage in the promotion of intra-Africa tourism, to reinforce their professionalism, and to promote and protect the interest of intra-Africa tourism in the Alliance members. We will also promote Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance. So when we think of tourism, many of us just think it's about wildlife and beaches. But we've got a lot of amazing festivals, like what we're trying to promote right after this, the January festival in Benin. We've got the music festival in Zanzibar coming in February, which is very interesting. It's the biggest music festival. So we've got a lot of activities that we don't promote otherwise. Then to improve the image of African continent populace in Africa tourism. So where the first meeting was held in August 2020, and we had a record of over, I think, 15 countries, African countries that joined. We haven't joined by, I think, India and a few other countries that joined in. And when we made presentations, we actually made an amazing way of doing presentations. We got each country represented by the representatives who are present then to showcase what each country had to offer. And the one thing that came out from the audience, we had an audience of 135 people from the public. Everything that came out was, the main topic there was, people didn't know that Africa had so much to offer. Just like I was discussing earlier with Mama Farida, many of us did not know Nigeria had so much to offer. We only read about Boko Haram, lack of fuel, and all this. But when you follow Michael Balogun, he's also on the group, he's on Instagram, please follow him. When you see what he posts about Nigeria, you cannot believe that is Nigeria. You cannot connect the Nigeria that we read from the mainstream and the Nigeria that Mr. Michael is posting online on social media. So this is what we need to bring out, to show Africa in the light that nobody else does, does at the moment. Many parts of Africa are just shown to have diseases and famine and drought, but we have a lot more. So this is what intra-Africa tourism is all about. So the first meeting in 2020 was a big, big success. And from that, we were able to get a big following of people. We connected with the public, and this is our main objective. After that, of course, we've not been able to meet, but we've been conversing on the platform on WhatsApp. And today's meeting is to pick up from where we left and to push it further. And by pushing this, we hope to be able to hold a meeting a month, one meeting a month, either training or giving you knowledge on how to, to rethink, as this year's tourism, tourism theme says, rethinking tourism. So as we rethink tourism, how are we going to apply it in our businesses? We are recovering and also rethinking. So we'll try to get a few experts, maybe people from the social media, people who are in marketing, and basically also ourselves. We meet and see what problems are we facing. Are you facing problems getting visa? How do we tackle this? Or what partners are you looking at? So this is our chance to reconnect. And we can only do this if we can meet on a regular. So we really do hope, and we urge all of you that kindly try to attend the meetings, because it is only in this forum that we can grow, and it is in this forum that we can be able to find out the commonalities that we have, the challenges that we have, the successes that we have, and how to connect with each other. Joseph, have you got something to add? Would you like to add something? Are you there? Okay, I think Joseph is also not there. So
I'm here. I'm listening to the message.
Pardon?
Just hold on.
Yes, I'm listening to the meeting, and what you just said, it's definitely true. I remember the first time we spoke about the intra-Africa alliances and the idea that we had behind. But I'm just feeling very negative to read about Zambia allowing a lot of European countries to come to their country without a visa, but they cannot do the same for African countries. So it's give us also as alliances also a challenge, just to challenge some of these government decisions. Because although we are a non-profit organization, our idea is to drive tourism destination within Africa, but at the same time assisting the government also in decision making. Because if our government aren't making a right decision, that means we cannot be able to promote, or we cannot be able to promote destination Africa as we would want to. So my dream and my idea of joining these alliances is that we can be able to partner up with the government and make them realize that some of the decisions that they are also taking, it's supposed not to be taken that way. But because we have traveled, we have seen what is happening outside there, comparing to them being political appointee within the government. But if we can assist one another, I think that's also something that intra-Africa alliances should be able to look at. It's work together with different regional government in different destinations, and so that we can bring them to an understanding that tourism is an value chain business, and only together we can be able to do it. I thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. I totally agree with you on that. And such challenges can only be handled and tackled if we do it together. So the first thing is, as Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance, we're going to congratulate the Zambian government for opening up tourism, because in as much as we are all promoting intra-Africa tourism, we also do service other markets. But then it should also be in our place, as Joseph has mentioned, to point it out to them. So I think what we are going to do as Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance, we are going to write a letter to the Zambian Tourism Board, which I hope we can all appendix your signatures, and then we send it to them. Because unless we walk the talk, nothing will happen. It's always, in my opinion, I believe it's also the private sector that can help to push policies, because we are on the ground, we know it. And I'd like to give a very good example. My government here in Tanzania, like every other government in Africa, has always given Nigerians a preferred visa, which means a Nigerian who wants to come to Tanzania must apply a visa 3 months in advance. It's impossible to travel in that sense. But during COVID, something beautiful happened, and the government realized the importance of the Nigerian market to Tanzania. During COVID, the second highest number of travelers to Zanzibar were Nigerians, right? So what the government did is they did not remove the preferred visa for Nigerians, but they flexed it. They kind of made it easier. If a Nigerian books a holiday through a tour operator like myself, they can get a visa between 3 days to maximum 14 to 7 days. So now you can see this. It has made it easier for Nigerians to come to Tanzania. But this is because the market in itself recognized the importance of the Nigerian clientele or tourism to Tanzania, and they pushed forward, and the government listened. And now we have quite a number of people coming out from Nigeria to Zanzibar. So these are the things we need to do. We need to be able to push for these markets, for these policies. Where there is a short, we should be able to point out as a group. And this is why we are here together.
Just maybe to give an addition.
Yes, Max.
We are grateful that the Zambian government finally, this is a drive from the president himself. We put a number of African countries, but I think the biggest countries that we are looking at are Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt. But these also have what you call a security risk because of what has happened in the past where people extend their stays illegally. So as far as we are concerned, we are still talking to the government as tour operators that the government can consider a flexible route for those that are coming in for business and are being booked by a tour operator. So if you've got the legislation that they have changed, the Tanzanians, maybe it can help us so that we give an example of what the flexible entry points have been given for Nigerians using the Tanzania example. The idea, we are already having a big inquiries of Nigerians, because Nigerians had a problem during COVID that they couldn't go to Cape Town, which is their predominant market, Cape Town, Durban. So they were looking for new destinations, and Zambia was considered to be a destination that they can visit. But we are still having this teething problem of legislation. So if people are coming in through as a group, it's much easier to work with the local operator and then find a solution. We have managed to do 7 days visas for Nigerians, the shortest maybe being 72 hours. But it means having done all the documentation that is needed. It's a bunch of papers that you need to do to make sure that you qualify the first time you try to apply for their visas. So there is work still being done on the ground that we can allow more countries. And because of the source markets that we are targeting, we requested that we release at least 10, but instead of giving us 10, they have given us more than 10. So which is also a very good positive drive that the government has taken. It started with the reduction of the visa fees, and now there's no visa fees for most of the countries in Europe, UK, US, China, and other destinations.
You're right. You're right. Ibo ló ti wá lọ lù ú sí.
Hello.
Excuse me, please, can you mute yourself if you're not speaking? Can you please mute yourself?
Why Queen Elizabeth died according to her death certificate? Ẹgbádùn ni. Ṣé kó má kú mọ́ ni? Why she died according to her death certificate? Wọ́n bá kúkú fílẹ̀ kó má kú mọ́. Wọ́n ti ó gbádùn. Lena, I'm online. Hello, Lena. Hello, Lena. Hello. 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 Wow.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm online. I'm online. Don't worry.
Hello, can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear
You
you.
sound so far off. I don't know, I can't hear anybody. Okay, so Max, thank you for that update. Why are you done? Or were you interrupted
Well,
from the noise?
interrupted, but I think the general aspect is that we are still fighting for the local and regional relaxation of visas so that we can have more of the African countries coming in. We have given them the scenario that when Europe closed, we were dry. So we need to find the local and regional markets to become part of our prime markets so that we allow them to come in at any time with relaxed, even visa at the entry. So long they have all the requisites that there's a local agent working with them. So that's what we are fighting for. But I think we had no case study that we could be able to relate to. But with you, Tanzania having taken the lead, we would need that legislation that was applied for the Nigerians so that we can now ask them to do the same as well. Thank you.
Sorry, Max, where are you from? Sorry.
I am from Zambia.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I think, Max, you missed introducing yourself. Could you please introduce yourself? We've got Max and Johnson who have just joined in because you've done a round of introduction. So
Okay.
Grace, Max, and Joseph, Grace, Max, and Johnson have not introduced themselves.
Okay. My name is Maxwell Masempela. I'm a tour operator running an establishment called Maximus Travel and Tours. We basically based in Zambia, but we run around all our neighboring countries up to East Africa. I've got a brother in Namibia called Joseph Kafunda and a sister in Tanzania that is heading us right now. So we've created a family from the COVID times. Thank you very much. And welcome, Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hello,
Johnson.
everyone. Yeah, good
Hi,
morning.
Johnson.
Hello,
Good
can you hear
morning.
me? Yeah, I am actually calling from presently in Nairobi. My name is Johnson from Ome Travels and Tours, Nigeria. Good to have every one of you on board. We're actually into travel and tourism business, and so far so good. we have been, we have been, going further, ensuring that we expand our business in the travel, in the African region. And that has been positive since the lift of the COVID restrictions. And we still believe that we are still going further to see how we can, ensure we have our presence in most of the African nations. Thank you for hosting us this hour for this meeting.
Thank you so much, Kurt. Grace, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Please introduce
right,
yourself, where you are from, and what you're doing.
Okay, good morning. Okay, it's morning, yes. So good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So I'm Grace Mensah from Jex Travel and Tours, located in Ghana. And we do inbound and outbound tours. I think our main markets are Sao Tome, Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, and then the UAE. So we are hoping to add some more African countries to our list. So this is me, and this is Grace and Jex Travel and Tours from Ghana. Nice to meet all of you.
Thank you so much, Grace. And this is the right forum to meet many partners across the continent. Thank you so much. Next, we have Kurt Safo. Kurt Safo. Kindly switch on your camera.
Hi.
So we can all see you.
I'm currently not in a good place. I don't mind if you could pardon me on this.
Okay.
Yeah, so my name is Nana Safo. You could call me Curtis too as well. I'm a former manager, sales manager for Rwanda. I think I happen to have connected with Madam Lina on Clubhouse, and then I helped facilitate it, to connect travel agencies in Ghana onto the association. I'm currently working with the tour designers. It's a DMC based in Dubai, but I'm so passionate about the unification of, African travel agencies for us to, somehow to promote tourist sites, individual tourist sites. Although I'm working with a Dubai company, our focus is actually promoting Dubai. Looking at their model, I'm hoping to also kind of like bring something from them so as to, we help improve our tourism as well. And that's it in a nutshell.
Thank you so much, Nana. And Nana is somebody that we are going to bank a lot on. He has a lot of experience from the airline industry. And, so we're going to bank a lot on him to give us insights. He'll be one of our speakers in one of the sessions that we're going to have in the following months. So thank you so much, Nana, for coming through. So I think everybody, Shay, are you ready now? Or just let us know when you're ready. So
yes, I'm ready.
Okay, thank you so much, Shay. She's also another founder of Intra Africa Tourism. She has been, I cannot tell you the amount of support she gave us during the times. She let us use her office, her personnel, her Zoom paid, her paid Zoom. So we really, really appreciate your support, Shay.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Dada. Thank you. I call Lena my Dada. She's my sister, and it's been a privilege to support and to help see this initiative come to life. My name is Sheyi Lusanya. I'm MD of Once Upon a Destination. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm MD of Once Upon a Destination travel and events management company. Our main hub is in Lagos, Nigeria. And we service any destination around the world. I'm currently based in London, England. and still have my heart firmly rooted in Africa. I love being in Lagos. For me, as far as I'm concerned, despite the craziness of Lagos, there's no place like Lagos. And I'm sure
I
some
agree.
people would. Fantastic.
I agree.
There's no place like Lagos, and I just see it as a real privilege to be here, to be able to meet with you. My company focuses on curating amazing travel experiences and events for clients around the world. So we do events in many, many different places. The business has been going as Once Upon a Destination for 8 years, but as Cedar Events, my initial company that I founded in the UK in 2002. So all in all, we've been doing for 20 years. I'm excited to connect with everybody. Africa has my heart, and I would love for us to be able to see how we can all promote and bring Africa to the forefront. I always say to my sister, Lena, that there is money in Africa, and Africans do travel, but they choose to just travel to other places other than Africa.
Yeah.
I know the
Your
kind of
market.
revenue, precisely, it's as if we don't appreciate our own. And I guess as Lena identified earlier on, that we don't promote Africa enough. It's not in the forefront of people's minds. Perhaps that's why they're choosing to go to other places. And you'll find that from the records I've had, one or two people say on the call that because people couldn't go to certain, choice destinations, they began to look at Africa. And that's why we got a lot of people going to Zanzibar, going to Egypt, South Africa, and places like that. And I know that we can grow that market, especially around, with the millennials and, all this what do we call them, Y to Z. They'll be more open. They'll be more open. They want to explore their own. You will find, and this is just to that notion is very true. You'll find children that are born and bred in the West. Once they're done with university and they've tasted, I would give my example of Nigeria, and they've tasted a visit to either Lagos for Christmas or something, you find them migrating back home. Yes. Christmas in Nigeria is full of people that live in the West. They all go because they know it's fun. There's lots to do. There are lots of concerts and things like that. And I believe it's the same for other parts of Africa. They have the money. They're well educated. They all have great jobs, So there is a market that we can all tap into if we package ourselves very well. Thank you so much for having me this morning. I'm sorry I came late to join the meeting. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Can I just add to what my sister said, Lena?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
If you permit me to. Yes, because these choice destinations, a lot of the young people in Nigeria finding it difficult to get visas there. So we try to focus on the visa-free destinations. And West Africa is one market that hasn't been tapped into at all. And we have the money, we have the numbers, and you just get onto the next plane and go to West Africa. But unfortunately, it's so expensive to travel within West Africa. It's cheaper to go to Europe, it's cheaper to go to Dubai than to come to West Africa. So we have started a project now, promoting West Africa, Destination West Africa, and I'm a partner there, where we're trying to spotlight all the destinations in the West African countries, trying to engage the authorities there to lower the barriers, to make it easy for travel, for people to move between various countries in West Africa. And we have such a huge young population that are just itching to explore, and they want to move from place to place. Nigerians love to travel. So why not start with West Africa, which is visa-free, since we have so many, problems impeding travel to other parts of the world. So it's a wonderful thing to be on this platform, so we can discuss all these challenges and see how we can move into Africa travel.
Yeah, thank you so much, Farida. And yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, I totally agree with you. And one of the biggest ambassadors, I keep saying, I hope I don't sound like a broken record, is Michael. He's just on another level and is showing what we're talking about. However, my bone of contention always has been, although we face the challenges, it should not be a reason why we are not traveling. And I will always give an example of most of us travel to Europe, especially if you're going for the trade fairs. We know that we have to apply for a visa 3 months in advance. We know that we have to bring a whole Bible of documents to the embassies to, to get the visa. We know all this and we have accepted and we do it. So my question has always been, in as much as we feel that we have the right, in quotes, to travel across Africa visa-free, we should apply the same knowledge and the same mode of doing things as we do when we want to travel. Because this is the reason, one of the feedbacks I always get is, this is Africa, I should be able to travel free. True, it is, but then we must accept to be prepared in the same way we get prepared for a Schengen visa or a UK visa or an American visa. So we should not just take it for granted and say, I'm not going to Tanzania because Tanzania is asking for a visa 3 months in advance. You do the same for the UK. But as an industry, we're trying to say that we want to have these barriers removed. So as we work towards removing these barriers, we should also prepare our clients and say, look, it will take you 7 days to get a visa to Tanzania. By the way, for Nigerians, I guarantee you that within 5 to 7 days, I do get you a visa. But even if it's 3 months, if you're willing to go through the same process for the UK visa, Schengen visa, our clients should also be acceptable to the conditions and put in by African countries as we try to have these challenges, obstacles removed. So we should not use this as a reason not to, because I've found a few people who said, I am not coming because your country is giving me a difficult time on a visa. Show me which Western country makes it easier for an African to get a visa. None. But we still apply and go by the terms and conditions given. So I think it's in our place as well to educate our clients and say, this is what can be done, this is what is in place, but let's do it this way for the time being. Hello? Hello? Hello, did you all hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
we did.
Oh, it seems very quiet. Sorry, it seemed very quiet. Yeah, so I think as we collaborate within ourselves, we have the challenges. We can try to move around the challenges as we work through them, but we should not make them as reasons not to promote. Because there is nowhere in Africa, as an African passport holder, that we can go on easy to get a visa. So let's also apply the same the same patience. Let me use the word actually, that's true. The same patience. I think you've all been there. Every time I'm applying for a visa to go to out of Africa, let's say, people don't come to my house for a week because it's always so, it's so nerve stressing. To bring this document, bring that document, bring this, bring that. It's not easy. So we should not take it for granted that it should be easy in Africa too. But yes, it should be easier. So I've seen that we've been joined by a couple of people. We will keep introducing ourselves as people come in. We have Barbara, we have Bukola. Please introduce yourselves and then we can continue.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bukola. I live from Nigeria.
Bukola, if it's okay, could you please switch on your video as you introduce yourself? Could you kindly switch on the video so we can put the voice and the name to the face? Okay, there you go. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so can you please tell us where you are, what you're doing?
Okay, I'm from Lagos in Nigeria. I run a travel agency and I do tour packages to most African countries like Dubai and other places. I'm also a member of the National Association of Nigerian Travel Agencies, and I happen to be the secretary of Lagos Zone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
I mean, the bit of just know we can. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Barbara, and you're very much welcome. So earlier on, we had touched briefly on the introduction of Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance. From the beginning, we will be discussing about collaborations within Intra-African Tourism Alliance. So if anybody else has any idea on how we can go about it, we've discussed briefly the challenges. Locked out. Okay, thank you. So you can imagine that to fly from Dar es Salaam to Lagos is $950. Those are 2 tickets to Dubai. You can imagine why people sometimes prefer other destinations. But I think we can still try to package it in a way that, you know, no 2 destinations are alike, no 2 products are alike. Dubai can never be Tanzania or Zanzibar. Dubai cannot be Uganda. Dubai cannot be Nigeria, and so forth and so forth. So I think we have to find our unique selling points as to why people or African tourists should travel within Africa and not elsewhere. So any comments on that, any additions on that before we move to the next point of agenda? Anybody?
I would like to say something concerning the ticket to Nigeria. I think it's the issue that the airlines are having with the government in not being able to repatriate their currency. So they're all selling the most expensive tickets. So that's the reason why. Usually going to Dar es Salaam is usually not so expensive.
Yeah, I was shocked to see that.
That's the problem we have now. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the last client we had, I think a month or 2 back, they paid $500 to Zanzibar, but that was to Zanzibar. Yeah, they paid $500. So I was shocked yesterday when I got 950. And that is, you know, economy class. And I was, okay, we'll have to reconsider and see if we can come for the Aqua, because I was trying to see if we can come for the Aqua. Yeah.
Greatest challenge traveling within Africa.
But if you have a group, can you talk to the airline? Maybe they could give you a group fare since you're coming for the Aqua.
Yeah. Now I was booking this singularly on my own, so maybe I can see if there's anybody else from, somebody else coming. Yeah. But it's a good idea. Maybe I can find some other tour operators from Tanzania who'd like to come over and see.
Yeah, that would make it cheaper.
Okay, thank you for the idea. Okay, so now we move to the next point, which is Benin trip. Basically, the other objective of Intra-Africa tourism was to promote events across Africa. Different countries have different attractions. Some have wildlife, some have beaches, some have festivals. And in my opinion, I always believe that West Africa has one of the most colorful cultures and festivals. And for the last 2 years, we've been promoting the Benin trip, but then again, Corona came. For 2 years, we stopped. And this year, we're trying to promote the Benin Voodoo Festival. And I think Joseph would be in a better position to talk about it. And then I will talk about Sauti za Busara, which takes place in Zanzibar every February, the first week of February. And it's the biggest music festival, we believe, on the continent. It brings African musicians and from the diaspora. And it's 5 days of music, poetry, food, and lots of fun. So this is also another product that those of you selling Zanzibar that could be looking into. So Joseph, are you there to talk about the Voodoo Festival? Joseph? I think he's not there. So I'll quickly jump his spot and then he can come back. But again, we can also, you have a festival that you'd like to promote, we will do this. So how does this work? This idea came in from having, during Corona, we used to have plane loads of Russians and Ukrainians, basically East Europeans coming. And what would happen is when this plane lands, they would have this water jet welcome. Yeah, we've got lots of clients. Now let's wonder, why can't we have the same? Why can't we have a plane full of Africans landing in Lagos, Entebbe, Joburg, Dar es Salaam, and we get the water jet? So our idea of promoting trips is you can come up with a trip. We are 129 members on the group. Each member is assigned to get possibly 2 members. And we send you, for example, in Benin Voodoo, we hope to send probably, if each of us can get 2 members, we can easily send 200 African tourists to participate in the Voodoo Festival. If you want to come for Sauti za Busara, it's the same. I, as the host, will make a package for the group, and then each of us can sell, and probably minimum 2 to 4 people. We are 129 people. You can probably bring 250 people on to the Sauti za Busara, 250 African tourists into Zanzibar. If you have, let's say in Rwanda, they have the naming ceremony every June where they name the gorillas. Same thing, the host will make a package. We all sell, we say minimum 2 people per country. And again, we are able to send 250 African tourists. What we're trying to show here is Africans can move numbers, and we can move numbers by cooperating. Yeah, we can move numbers by cooperating. So this was the idea from the beginning, that we create packages that we can sell amongst ourselves and move numbers across the continent. So when we go to the authorities and say, look, could you make the visas flexible? They always, unfortunately, when you talk to policymakers, they always want statistics, they want numbers. So if we go and say we've moved across the continent, probably 1,000 people in 1 year, we've got the volume, we've got the numbers, we've got the muscles. Does that make sense to everybody? Hello?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Beautiful idea. It's a beautiful idea.
Yeah. So the challenge is on to you. We want to start with basic tours and festivals. So once this meeting is over, you can create your own, give us a schedule, then we try to see how we can rotate, maybe 2 per region, because we are divided into 4 regions, west, south, east, and north. So we can see how many we can push in a year. So the idea is in 1 year, our first year, we want to move a minimum of 1,000 Africans across the continent as a group. We want to get that water jet welcome on a plane. So we want to have 250 Nigerians landing in Zanzibar, Entebbe, South Africa, that has been brought in through the efforts. We want to be a little bit different from other organizations in the sense that we really want to do the talk. We're not going to do a lot of policy making, but we want to be able to send people. We want to show the action. We want people to move. We want numbers. So when we talk about it, we have evidence. We can show our pictures. We can show how many people we are moving. So we had started very well, but then as I said, Corona came in, but it's never too late to start again. So given the time, we thought again, let's visit Benin, the Voodoo Festival to start with, and Sauti za Busara. These are in the beginning of the year, but please do send us your packages. How do we do this? I forgot to mention that we've got a website, it's oncoming. We've got all our social media handles. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and of course, we're on WhatsApp. I'd like all of you, I'll send the links onto the group. Please follow and also give us material, okay? Give us material to post about you, about your product, about your country. This way we can. And above all, as Nana told you, I met him on WhatsApp. Intra-Africa Tourism Alliance has a clubhouse. We call it Club Hut because we live in huts in Africa. We've got a following of almost 1,000 people on Clubhouse. And every time I have a topic, we've got people from the diaspora and everything. This is your chance to get directly into the market. We've got a lot of people from America and other people from the diaspora. So again, when it comes to the social media, we would really request your support in the sense that give us material. We've got a young man who will be contacting you for material. We'll also add him onto the group so it's easier for him to communicate with you. But above all, I'm also looking for people to help me host on the Club Hut. I have not been able to host in the last 2 months because I travel quite a bit. As I said, I have a camp, so most of the time I'm out in the bush and connection can be difficult. And of course, I'm traveling a lot as well. But if we can have the continuity of the Clubhouse, this is again another platform that will give us direct access to the market out there and be able to market ourselves. So if I can come back to Sauti za Busara. Sauti za Busara is now celebrating over, I think, 20 years now. And this festival is a 4-day festival that takes place in Zanzibar, Stone Town. For those of you who know Zanzibar, the capital city, quotes and quotes, of Zanzibar is called Stone Town. And maybe if I can just give you a little bit history on Zanzibar and what is Zanzibar. Actually, Zanzibar that we know is not actually Zanzibar. Zanzibar that we know is called Unguja. The unification of 2 islands, Pemba Island and Unguja, is what forms Zanzibar. But we have just called Unguja Zanzibar. That's what people know. In many cases, most of us arrive to Unguja. But I'll use Zanzibar for the sake of it because most of us know Zanzibar. So this takes place every first week of February. This next year is going to be on the, let me just do that, on the, I think, 5th to 7th of February 2023. I'll reconfirm the dates. And you have music from all over the continent. There's some, oh, one moment. There are musicians from the continent and from the diaspora. Music, poetry, and of course, excursions. So this is something that we'll be pushing to you. We'll make packages for you. We'll push them on the group, on the Intra-Africa Tourism. We will ensure that we'll try to give you preferential rates. This is the whole idea about it, that we give you preferential rates. So even when you make your packages that you want to be promoted by the group, we request that you give the group preferential rate so we can sell it as a group that people can travel together. So we hope that you'll be able to bring yourselves. You can also come and experience it if you want to experience before starting to market, or we can make the group trips and rates. So I'll be sending that out to the group by the end of next week. Any questions on that? Joseph, are you there? There are people in the waiting room. Joseph, are you there? I think just kindly allow me. I will just leave and come in and take the hosting of the group for a moment, because I think Joseph is not there and there are people in the waiting room. So allow me 2 minutes, I'll be back.
Oh, I just wanted to say happy independence to all Nigerians up here. You guys are wonderful.
Thank you. Happy
Thank
Independence
you
Day.
so much. We appreciate.